A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members, and we are approaching a very special milestone when you look at Yashasvi Jaiswal at this point in time. He started day two rather nervily, if you look at it, because he survived some close calls from Jimmy Anderson, and he's settled in now, and Ashwin is giving him good company in the first 15 to 20 minutes. If Yashasvi Jaiswal scores a double century, he will join a very elite list of Indian batters who hit a double ton against England. Just for the record, if he gets a double ton, he will be the ninth Indian to ever hit a double century against England in test matches. Now, that is a momentous feat in itself, considering how Yashasvi Jaiswal has played at this point in time. So, it's a great feeling indeed that Yashasvi Jaiswal is really approaching a significant milestone that is there, and it's a very well-deserved milestone because you take out that the 178, 180 odd runs that he's had, and look at India's performance. It's actually quite bad with the rest of the middle order not converting their starts into a big score. So Yashasvi Jaiswal is approaching a very significant milestone in his career. Let's hope that he can get it in the next couple of overs, and let's see how India can lap up to it. Just on the basis of his day one performance, Yashasvi Jaiswal got a lot of credit from the entire cricketing fraternity. Sachin Tendulkar really summed it up with two words: Yashasvi Bhava. It indeed signified that Tendulkar, the ultimate master of cricket in India, he's really putting on a great show, and that is why fantastic achievement indeed for Yashasvi Jaiswal. You have to really doff your hat off to him and say that magnificent, well done. Let's hope that India can go past 450 or even near 500 because they will need that total to challenge England on this particular deck at this point. Now, as far as every other thing is concerned, in Hyderabad, the test match was dominated with Shoaib Bashir not getting a visa. Now he got the visa, and he has finally opened up on the visa debacle that happened prior to the first test. He opened up on it, but he stated that he thanked the BCCI and the ECB for sorting this out as quickly as possible. Because remember, everybody else had gotten a visa, but Shoaib Bashir did not get it. So far, he's impressed with his two wickets, but he's also leaked runs. But if you look at it, a debutant conceding a lot of runs and bowling the most overs, it's right up there in Ben Stokes' baseball technique at this point in time. So it's a very good feeling for Shoaib Bashir. Two wickets on debut that he took. His first wicket was of Rohit Sharma, and let's see how he continues from this point. Could he end up with more wickets? Let's see. England are bowling with discipline at this point, also fielding much better. So that is why, and I think there was again a very close call that we've got at this point. Jimmy Anderson working his magic as always. Now, when you look at all the other cricketing action that is there, Afghanistan have actually folded up for 198, and Sri Lanka have made a good start in the one-off test that has been played between these two nations. Today is day two, and Sri Lanka, under the new captaincy of Dhananjay De Silva, will be hoping that he can at least put on a good show and take Sri Lanka to a very good position. Australia versus West Indies, we saw four standout performances. Josh Inglis, who had COVID, he managed to score a very breathtaking 50. Then you had solid 50s from Cameron Green and Steve Smith, which helped them get an 8 wicket win. But the star of the show was Queensland pacer Xavier Bartlett, who took a 4 wickets on debut, and he ended with the second best figures by an Aussie debutant. So that is why a great feat indeed by Xavier Bartlett, and one hopes that he can make good strides. Australia's fast bowling stock, remember, needs to be replenished in the next couple of years. Hazelwood, Stark, Cummins will not be around for a very long time. So Bartlett, Neser, these are the next. And if you had to look at Lance Morris, even he also bowled with pace, but was taken all over the park by the West Indies. So that's why great start by the Aussies in their ODI series. Remember, they are defending champions, first series. And the only problem was the lack of crowd at the MCG. Yet again, towards the fag end of February, you're hosting a ODI there. It does indeed lend to cricket fatigue at this point. So, not much of crowd at the MCG, which will worry the Australians at this point in time. But the series now shifts to the Sydney cricket ground in the next couple of days. Australia will be hoping to take a 2-0 lead and ensure that they continue their unbeaten run against the West Indies ever since 1997. They have not lost a match to the West Indies in Australia ever since 1997, that same year. So let's see how that series pans out at this point. Australia versus South Africa. The women's ODI is also started, and South Africa are in deep, deep trouble with 2 wickets down at this point. So lots to ponder about for the South Africa women's team. I mean, they managed to win against Australia for the first time a T20I, but ever since then, they have just managed to go down and lose the series. As far as other sports is concerned, today it is India versus Pakistan. India versus Pakistan, which will be played the Davis Cup encounter after nearly 60 years. India is touring Pakistan, and remember, they are the odds-on favorites to win the Davis Cup encounter. Because remember, Pakistan have never managed to beat India, and that is the reason why in this Davis Cup playoff game, India are the favorites. Third and fourth, they'll be playing against Pakistan. All the action will bring you whatever are the results today. Whatever happens, we will be bringing you all the updates from sports today. So, Davis Cup encounter India versus Pakistan. Not such a do or die clash for India, but India are the favorites heading into this because remember, Ehsan Ullah Qureshi, who was a doubles specialist, is not participating in the doubles this time. He's only playing in the singles at this point. So that's the situation regarding the Davis Cup. Now, as far as Lionel Messi is concerned, there is a report that is there in which his napkin is going to be auctioned for 3 lakh pounds. That's the same napkin in which he signed the contract. And so, boy, oh boy, it is a real big money that's there on offer. Lionel Messi, 3 lakh pounds just for a napkin. Stranger things have indeed happened. So today you're going to see India hopefully get past 450, 500. Jaiswal entering a very elite milestone, and one hopes that England doesn't make too many inroads as an Indian cricketer. They don't make too many inroads, but at this point, very important to understand that they are bowling quite well. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye bye.